Coincidentally, when I was heading to film this morning, I caught a glimpse of a package sitting on my doorstep. My girlfriend ordered a package from Amazon, so I assumed that's what it was. When I grabbed the mysterious black box and saw that G-Wolves logo on the underside, I wasn't entirely sure what was inside, and I definitely didn't expect something so unique and insane in the realm of performance. I present to you the G-Wolves VUK. What is so unique about the VUK? The VUK is really special in that it features a dual sensor design. This allows you to switch up the sensor position. If you've never adjusted your sensor position before, it makes a very large difference in how aiming feels. The charging port is on the right rear side of the mouse. It's covered up by this little jade rubber plug. I assume this was necessary with the front sensor design as well as the low front button profile, as it would likely interfere with standard charging port position. And speaking about the buttons, this is also a really unique feature. Moving the charging port allowed them to get the buttons super low. The amount of leverage you get with a button press in this configuration makes button presses feel extremely effortless while retaining amazing tactility. It's a really sweet design that gives the VUK a one-of-a-kind and very pleasant click feel. The switches are custom G-Wolves switches, and while I can't speak to the longevity, the click feel is fantastic. This implementation feels light, crisp, but with a nice tactile actuation and balanced rebound. There is an extremely slight amount of pre-travel and an average amount of post-travel. If you're someone who hates side wobble in your main buttons, the VUK has the least side wobble I've ever seen. This is easily one of the best switch implementations I've felt in a plastic mouse. The scroll wheel feels robust and grippy. It's very effortless to scroll, and scrolling feedback is communicative. But if you like a really tight scrolling feel, you might not like this. I prefer a light scroll wheel, so this is great for me. The scroll click feels nice and balanced and not heavy or light. The side button switch feel itself is really nice. Very little pre or post travel. However, for the way I grip the mouse, the rear button feels like a bit of a journey to actuate. It's a bit inset, which puts it a bit too far away for me to want to bind anything to it that I need to actuate quickly. Gripping the VUK is really interesting because my natural grip makes the mouse sit slanted to the left in my hand. I wouldn't notice this unless I looked at it, but this is what is natural and comfortable to me. It feels safe for me to say that this is now my favorite palm grip mouse. I can't use it without a fingertip grip as the rear makes it unable to pivot, but G-Wolves has the Firmware ASIM for this grip. The honeycombs naturally offer a nice grip texture, but I don't believe there's any coating on this mouse, so you may feel a bit of moisture buildup more so than a coated mouse. The build quality on this mouse is definitely something else. For a 35-gram mouse of this size, I am shocked that it feels this rigid. This thing feels weightless and absolutely firm in my hand. There's no flex or creaking even with a good bit of pressure. I don't see this thing causing you any problems quality-wise unless you put it through some serious abuse. G-Wolves definitely know how to design a strong skeleton. It's very obvious that the engineering here is very well thought out. The VUK is advertised at around 35 grams, and my unit here comes in at 36.36 grams with the stock dot skates on. Extremely light for a mouse of this size. The VUK is rocking not one, but two PixArt PAL 3950 sensors. You'll get up to 8K pulling rate out of the box and up to 30K DPI. This puts it right up there with the best. Having this dual sensor allows you to switch between them. If you're not familiar with how sensor position impacts aim feel, in my experience, the front sensor will feel a lot more excited and fast compared to the middle sensor. This makes sense if you think about it, since the more forward the sensor is, the more it pivots with your movement. Even if you don't necessarily end up liking the more forward sensor, it's cool to be able to try it in a mouse that offers you both options for no extra cost. Middle sensor is also shifted forward a bit, which in combination with the elongated button design allows you to grip the mouse comfortably more far forward without compromising optimal sensor position. For me, this is perfect. If you like the feel of the front sensor but it's too fast, try lowering your sensitivity or DPI to compensate. The G-Wolves WebDriver at mouse.xyz is super easy to use. Navigate to mouse.xyz in your browser, connect your mouse, and configure it to your heart's content. Personally, the first thing I do is choose my sensor here, and then set my DPI at 3200 and pulling rate at 2K, which takes me no time at all. The stock dot layout seems really well thought out, and G-Wolves is one of the only companies I've seen who put this level of detail into their mouse tune. This setup feels great out of the box on both glass and cloth, but if you don't like the stock tune, there are plenty of additional skate options included. While I haven't tested the battery extensively, the VUK seems to perform right up there with the best in the industry. I'd expect at least a week at 1K pulling, with 8K giving you a full day of gaming. This eggshell white chassis with a honeycomb grip pattern makes the VUK catch the light beautifully. This gorgeous jade color chosen for the scroll wheel and mouse button makes this version look stunning. Jade is one of my favorite colors, so this hits right at home. They also have a blacked out version available. While I've had some occasional sensor drops and spinouts, this is where my problems with the VUK have ended. G-Wolves have a good track record of fixing these software and firmware issues, so before I hold it against the VUK, I'll give them some time to release the launch version of the firmware. I'll definitely pin a comment down below if I experience this issue through the launch. The VUK is still in pre-order phase, and if you act fast, you can get it for $139 US or $129 US with my discount code SIBE. Once it's available for retail, it'll be $169 US. If this video helped you decide and you want to purchase the VUK, you can help out the channel tremendously for free by using our affiliate link in the description below, or by simply using the discount code and saving yourself 10 bucks. This shape is really special. If you don't like indented sidewalls, you probably won't like the way it feels. However, I've never felt a shape that has me feel so locked in. The level of stability I get is insane, but this same stability makes this mouse basically impossible to fingertip grip. I literally can't pivot the mouse with my fingers because of how the shape locks in my hands, and shifting the mouse up enough to free it leaves me in an uncomfortable grip. I'm not complaining, I actually prefer this. When it comes to tracking heavy games and I need to play at my best with my fingertip grip, I'm picking up my G-Wolves Fenrir ASIM anyways. I know. G-Wolves this, G-Wolves that, I bet I am really sounding like a shill at this point, and I get it. Hear me out though. G-Wolves is one of the few rare brands out here trying new things. They sent me the Fenrir Max, the ASIM, and now the VUK to review, but my opinions are completely my own. I love these products, and I'm starting to feel like a G-Wolves fanboy, but the real proof is in the pudding. After I was sent the ASIM, it became the mouse I reach for whenever I boot up Overwatch. And now whenever I boot up CS2 or Valorant, I'll be reaching for my VUK. That's all for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more.